You talked about needing the structure that you had before you got into cheer at USF. What was that process like getting into cheer, and how did you realize that you enjoyed it?
Right. So I actually, when I was younger, I did gymnastics. I did literally every sport, but I did do gymnastics when I was younger, and I did do cheer for like 2 years. And it was pretty cool. I liked to flip. It was a lot of fun. So moving forward, I came to Florida just to straight basketball, straight basketball. Came to college. I was my freshman year actually. Went to the tailgate. I had fun with my friends, and we went to the football game. Right. So we're at the football game, having a lot of fun. I enjoy watching football. Playing it, no. But do I enjoy it? Yes. We're watching the game, and I just remember seeing the cheerleaders, and they're throwing stunts, doing pull ups, rewinds, toss libs, you name it. And I'm like, man, that looks pretty cool. I was talking to my friend. I was like, I could do that. And they're like, you can do that? I was like, yeah, I can do a flip. So I go do a flip at halftime. They're like, wow, you could do that? I was like, yeah. And they're like, you should do that again. I was like, you know what? You're right. I should do that. So I made in my mind, this is gonna be my drive. I'm gonna get back to competing again, and I'm gonna do cheer. So I worked so hard. I paid for privates at Brandon All Stars, which is like one of the top gyms in All Star cheer right now. They win worlds like every year. That's like it's basically like an international, like really big competition. Um, but I was training there, getting my tumbling back, going out in the grass. COVID hit also. So COVID hit in the middle of my freshman year while I was working, doing these skills with one of my close friends, Kira Hill. She was on All Girl, actually, and she's going to be returning next year. But we're working, doing our skills. Then boom, COVID hit. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do? For a lot of sports, that was really detrimental because training got shut down for like everybody. So I'm sure you can speak to this, like same, basically you went from like practicing, training, and then they were like, oh, this new virus showed up over it, but it's in China right now. You're like, we're good, still practicing and training. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's a first US case of this virus. And we're like, okay, still practicing and training. Then boom, they're like, okay, can't come in. You guys can't come in. And it was like, okay, it's just gonna be a week. And it became 2 weeks, and it became a month, you know what I'm saying? And then just like that, they started, I remember they were taking down rims at outside parks. They took out soccer goals from parks, and it was just like, we don't want people near each other just because how bad this virus is. So that affects cheerleading a lot because I have to stunting when I'm stunting, I have to throw a girl. We have to do I have to throw her doing the flip. I have to throw her doing this, but if you can't touch someone, that completely changed the game. So that whole summer and part of the spring when I was training to try out, it was really focused on, I started working out really heavily, doing a lot of HIIT workouts, not really strength, but a lot of HIIT workouts, just pushing my body, going outside, doing tucks, I started running, just trying to get in shape. And I wound up trying out towards the end of summer. There was 3 rounds. The first round starting in May. I had to submit videos. Then I did an interview, and then I went to do an in-person tryout. However, COVID flared up again in Florida, so they just offered me the spot because they already had my previous videos and they already interviewed me. And boom, I'm on the team. So that was a lot of fun. And it was really mentally, it was a real mental win for me, especially because I made the decision I wanted to do that. And I worked so hard. I remember nights that summer, I would just be like, man, am I really gonna be able to do this? But I'd be like, you have to just keep trying. And I worked every day. So it was nice to decide I wanted something and to work and to get it, to join this program. So that was definitely a lot of fun.
For sure. I'm definitely familiar with Brandon All Stars. A lot of the girls, I'm from Tampa, of course. So like a lot of the girls and people I know went there or practiced there, stuff like that. And like I remember seeing, like, obviously I was in college in Gainesville. So like I wasn't here, like we weren't hanging out and stuff, but like I would see you going to the gym and like how hard you were working and stuff. So I was like happy to see that everything was going how you wanted it to, for sure. I definitely think people don't realize how hard it is to do what you guys do, and ladies also, like how much work you guys put in. Like even this past summer, like I remember I saw you one day at the sports complex at Wiregrass, or like anytime I would come to Tampa to like for a raid to hang out and stuff like that, you would be going to the gym or going to stunt or going to practice. So like I definitely can understand, like it's just like any other sport. I feel like people probably don't give you guys and ladies the credit for cheerleading. I remember coming up in high school and guys would be being ignorant, arguing with girls, telling them cheerleading is not a sport and stuff like that. So like I never was that person. I respect all athletes, even if it's professional people that play tag in the obstacle course. I think that's tough.
Right.
Like I
Right.
respect everybody's grind. So I definitely could see and appreciate, and I'm happy for you that you're in the position that you are now doing something that you love to do.